All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's call, the Dr. Debbie and Kristy show. As always, we come to you live with different topics, uncovering hidden truths so that you can make the best decisions for your health. And this week's topic is on the beautiful Wendy Fish. Her story will absolutely inspire you in so many ways, and maybe even a loved one comes to mind when you hear her story. And so I just hope you all get inspired tonight. Just knowing that anything is possible when you really put in the work, when you really put in the effort, when you follow through with the plan. Screw your mood, follow the plan. It's what we say all the time. And Wendy is an absolute testament to that of healing her body. Um, Oops, I'm gonna mute everybody. And then Dr. Debbie, have you unmute yourself, and then Wendy, unmute yourself. So without further ado, I'm going to let Dr. Debbie give you guys a little background and brief history on Wendy, and then we're going to let her take it away, and then we'll open up the floor for Q&A. Before we get started, I just would like to remind everybody that we are not your doctor. We do not make claims to treat, cure, or diagnose. Please get back with your medical provider before making any changes to your plan. And without further ado, Dr. Debbie, tell us about Wendy. I know she's been working with you for many years now, and you have been absolutely pivotal in her healing journey. She has talked her ear off about you every time I see her, wherever we are around the world. And we just, both of us, are so thankful for you. You have been my doctor since I was 8 years young, over 2 decades, right? And then Wendy as well. I think you have been her naturopathic doctor for about 20 years as well, 10, 20, somewhere around there. So super awesome. Go for it. Take it away.
Yep. This is why I do what I do. Hear compliments like that, and I'm like, y'all just made my day. This very crazy, chaotic, hectic day perfect. It's compliments like that that keep me going. Every compliment from these two ladies they've ever given me in text form, John will attest. I print it, copy it. I make him print it, copy it, and I take it to my refrigerator.
We would not be here if it wasn't for you. Amen to that. Literally would not be here.
It's my privilege to get to work with great people like this. And tonight, oh my goodness, y'all are just going to be blown away by Wendy's story. She is my very blessed and highly favored friend, client, business partner, you name it. We all get to work together in everything that we do now that we've all been blessed with our newest technology. And I'm going to let her be able to tell you about all of that. But Miss Wendy, I know a lot of what you've done. I know a lot about you, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to hand her the floor and let her brag on herself. Tell everybody here who doesn't know you, just give them a little bit of your history about being married, the kids, grandkids, all the cool things that you have going on.
Well, I think I probably have met about half the people on here. So, and talking about myself is my least favorite thing to do. So, but Dr. Debbie asked me to do something, I'm going to do it. So that's rule number one. When Dr. Debbie says do it, do it. So, but yeah, so I'm married. I've been married. We just had our 30th anniversary last week, and we have 3 kids. They're all grown now. So I got grandchildren, 2 grandbabies. One is 1 and one is 4. And yeah, so they keep me busy for sure. For sure.
Awesome. I love that part. Now, what I would like for you to do is to tell everybody here on this call tonight, what inspired you, number one, to pick up the phone and call? What made you start or want to start on a different journey on a path for better health naturally?
Yeah, so in 2016 I got breast cancer, and I had a friend of mine who had survived breast cancer and done well, and I asked her if she could, just share with me the things that she did, because I was scared out of my mind. At the time I was 42, so this was like 10 years ago, and my baby was 11, so I was pretty scared. So anyway, she gave me a docu-series on natural health and remedies on how to cure cancer naturally. And it literally was, I listened to every single bit of it. And afterwards, I was like just blown away because I had never heard any of these kinds of things before in my life. I had only heard about regular, normal doctors. I had zero understanding of any of it, but my gut was like, this is truth. And so I was interested in it. But ultimately, I ended up not doing those things. I did everything conventional. But then I got diagnosed with a second cancer. I got diagnosed with brain cancer. And so when I got diagnosed with brain cancer, that time I was like, okay, I need to figure out what's going on with my body. I had listened to enough at that point that I was like, I got to figure out what's going on. I can't just keep putting things out and doing, chemo, more chemo and all this stuff. I'm like, I got to figure something else out. And so I was at a girlfriend's party, and there was someone there who was a patient of Dr. Debbie's. And this was out in Houston. So I wasn't ever supposed to be there in the first place. I live in San Antonio, but I ran into him, and he started, and I was bald. I was doing chemo at the time. I was very, very sick. And he told me about Dr. Debbie. He told me about you, Dr. Debbie. And I was like, all right, he talked so highly of her. I was like, I got to go see her. And so that's what I did. And I showed up on her door.
Yes, you did. And I'm so glad you did. And you looked beautiful as always. And were you scared? Was it fear involved?
She wants me to pee in a cup. And I'm like, oh, what is happening? But as soon as you started talking, Debbie, I was like, again, truth.
Yeah.
I was like, I see it in her. And I was so incredibly inspired by her and impressed by her and you. And I'm just, yeah, I love you, Debbie. And yeah, so this was 10 years ago, and I didn't know anything about anything. I had watched a couple videos. I got online, was trying to find out things, and I didn't know. And there's so much contradictory stuff. And every time you try to look up anything natural on Google, it was like, oh, you'd see a young mom who died and left their kid behind, and all this stuff. And I was like, I don't want to do that, So, but Debbie, you totally gave me that that belief that I could do it.
And everybody can, as you're seeing now, helping so many people as you are doing. So way back then, what would you say was your biggest challenge in overcoming? Was it giving up the old habits? Was it the food? Was it fear? What was going on in your mind?
Definitely habits. So I was a party girl. Okay, y'all. I like to drink on the weekends and go out and hang out with my friends. And, I'm one of those people that's like an all-in kind of person. So I worked hard, I played hard, I took care of my kids hard, and I just was always going. So that was one of the biggest challenges that I had, is to slow down, because I thought I was healthy before. I was drinking protein shakes. I was doing CrossFit. I was like eating healthy choices, dinners in the microwave at lunchtime. I was like running, girl. I was doing all the things, and I thought I was healthy, So, and then when I found out I had cancer, I was like, what? I'd never been sick a day in my life. Nothing. Like, I never was sick. So it was out of nowhere. So the biggest challenge for me was like completely changing everything over. And my husband thought I lost my mind.
That's where I was going with this.
He thought I lost my mind.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, I come in, I'm like taking all the plastic out of the house, throwing it away. All the Teflon pans are going. I'm like throwing everything away. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, we can't do this anymore, So plastic water bottles, like everything changed. My husband, when I told him we weren't going to use a microwave anymore, he really thought I was crazy. He's like, every household in America has a microwave that they use, and now we're not going to use a microwave. But what really got him, Debbie, was when I told him that we shouldn't be grilling the meat like that.
I know.
Y'all, we live in Texas. He was like, I'm drawing a line here.
Exactly. That is the truth, because there are some areas where I just draw the line. In other words, I'm not going to stop coloring my hair. And y'all don't want me to show up on this Zoom without makeup on. Just saying, I would be scaring some of y'all. I put polish on my nails. So all we can do is, as you know this, Wendy, try to make healthier, better choices for ourselves and hope and pray that the rest of the family jumps in. Because when I was overcoming disease 43 years ago, you got to know that the person I was married to then was like, what the heck? Okay, this is your disorder. Just because you're going to give that stuff up, please don't expect the rest of us to do it. And so there are a lot of challenges like that, especially when people are saying, or they're making fun of your decision by like,
oh my gosh, yes.
I mean, and you feel like nobody's supporting you, and you got to drive all the way. At that time, you had to drive to Angleton to hear from me and to be around me, for me to encourage you and lift you back up, because I tried to explain to everybody, not everybody's going to be for your decision, because it's so out of the mainstream, especially if that involves their participation in helping you to overcome. So with nutrition, what was the first thing you focused on, and did your exercise change? I know you said you were already doing CrossFit or some form of exercise.
Yeah.
What did you decide to do with that? How were changes made in that area?
Well, actually, so before I met you, I actually I had started reading a lot of books and things like that to try to learn about, because that was the first thing I looked at was nutrition. And so I started reading a lot of books, and I was reading about the China study and all these different books. And I remember I was in Whole Foods, and I'm looking at the ingredients on the back of stuff, and I'm like, I can't eat this, and I can't eat this, and I can't eat this, and I can't eat this. And I'm in tears in Whole Foods, like, I'm supposed to be in a healthy place, and I can't eat any of this food. What am I supposed to do? Live off of lettuce? Like, I was literally like, I don't know what to do, because everything was pointing me into the plant-based nutrition.
Right.
And I'm A positive blood type, and so everything was leading me in that direction. And it's kind of interesting. Like I got to the point, so I get home after Whole Foods, and I'm literally on my knees. God, please help me, because I don't know what to do anymore. And this is a really good tool for people if you're interested in plant-based, or if you're looking at things for natural healing for cancer. And he showed me Chris beat cancer. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Chris beat cancer, but he is absolutely phenomenal.
He's got it all, right? From books to cookbook, how to overcome, what blood tests to have done, how to totally get rid of everything. I keep it here in my office. For those who can't afford it, I just send them home with it and tell them, you got 7 days to read it, learn it, memorize it, print it, do whatever you have to do, because I need it back in my office. He's got it down, because I followed basically that same thing 43 years ago, believe it or not. And I was an O blood type, but the lady that helped me still said the same thing. Plant-based is the easiest way to get rid of disease. And
so that's what I did. I did plant-based for 4.5 years. And I was doing really good. I was doing some other things too. Debbie, you helped me a lot with the homeopathics and doing the herbs and probiotics and the enzymes, and so I had all of that. Plus I was doing other things too, so I was doing colonics and getting IV pushes of glutathione. I was doing exercise, so I changed over to yoga. So I actually got into yoga and was doing a lot more of that, yoga, walking, and I still lifted weights, but not like CrossFit, so I just kind of slowed things down and started meditating, which was life-changing for me. So I did a lot of that. And then, I've tried just about everything you can think of. I was very blessed by my family. So whenever I got diagnosed with cancer, my husband was retiring from the military. So, and I don't think you even know this, Debbie, but he was retiring from the military, and we weren't sure what he was going to be doing for work, you know. So it was like, okay. And I was working at the time, but then I ended up losing my contract. I was a contractor at the time. I ended up losing my contract when I found out I had cancer. And so, so financially, we were like, oh gosh, what are we gonna do? And in my mind, I was like, well, you know, I can't take my whole family and like destroy their financial stuff with me trying to get better. I had so much guilt about spending money on stuff for me, for my health in the beginning. And my sister-in-law ended up doing a fundraiser for me.
Oh, see.
And so that's how I ended up coming to you, is I was blessed with this money that came out of nowhere that I was not expecting.
Exactly.
And I was like, it gave me the permission to say, you know what, I'm gonna do this thing for me. And so that's when I came to you and started really getting into, because I was so I don't know. I just didn't want to take from my family like that. I already felt like I was taking so much. I felt like such a burden already, you know.
Right.
I was never used to anybody taking care of me before that. I always took care of everybody else,
It's
you
usually
know,
the
so
strong people that end up having to humble themselves and ask for help. That's part of the learning lesson that we all of us on the screen, we all need each other. That's why we keep trying to form this community, this tight-knit community. If you can't reach me, reach out to Kristy. Can't reach me, reach out to Wendy, to Susan, to Karen, to Vanessa, whoever's on the screen. That's what we're here for. So what I want you to do, Wendy, is fast forward to where when I didn't see you for the next couple of years, tell them what happened and enter in, ta-da, life wave.
yeah, so I was doing really well and was managing things well from a distance. So I hadn't seen Debbie in a couple years and was doing great, and then until I wasn't. And so so I actually started, I didn't know what was happening at first. But what was happening is I was having a lot of perimenopause stuff going on. And so I was having really bad fatigue and digestive issues, and you know, just flat mood and joint pain and inflammation and all kinds of things that were going on. And so I called Debbie up and was like, hey Debbie, I promise I haven't been bad, but I haven't been calling because I've been feeling good, you know. So, but now I'm like not. So, so yeah, that's when I got introduced. She introduced LifeWave to me, and it's funny because two other people had introduced it to me, and I said, oh, "No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. This just seems too good to be true. It seems a little," and I was used to some out there stuff. I tried some out there stuff, but it still just was not, you know. But then when you told me about it, Debbie, I was like, and then you showed me your blood work, and I was like, okay, I trust her. I'm going to do it. And I am so glad that I did, because that was 3 years ago and I don't have any of that symptoms anymore. I feel as good or better than I did in my 30s, you know. So so yeah.
When I met you, I thought you were in your 30s, girl. I was like, you're lying.
See, that's what I tell her all the time, even seeing her on the screen, even with my glasses on, I can see you very up close. And you look so young. Everybody does. Did y'all see me take a picture of y'all on the screen? I sent you all a picture. Was it last week or the week before? So right? So y'all can see how pretty y'all look from this side of the screen, because that matters. Because I wanted everybody to hear your testimony so that they see how if you don't work on maintaining your miracle, that miracle can start to slip away until you're introduced to LifeWave, and yes, slap a patch on, helping your body to wake up 4,000 dormant stem cells. Because one of the things that I told Wendy, and she will attest to this, when she first sat down, this was before the before I had been introduced to the patches. Obviously, they were still out. I wish somebody would have told me way back then, because now I'm working 3 times as hard to overcome all the other stuff. But those things are amazing at helping your body produce and get those stem cells going again, because I told her, I can't get you well until we heal your cells. And we had to keep retesting every visit she came down, hoping that cell bar would go from red, which means highly inflamed, well, I'll just say it, diseased, okay? And we were trying to get it to the green. I'm sorry, y'all, I thought I had that off. And then here comes stem cell patches. So when she called me, I already knew I had the answer for her, because I knew she was already doing all the things. She just needed a little bit of help going through that next phase of life. So tell everybody what patches you started out with. What did you notice first?
Started with X39 only in the beginning because I wanted to see how my body reacted to it, because I'm a tester, you know, I test everything. And so I did the X39 and I noticed my fatigue went away. So after about 2.5 weeks, I didn't feel like I needed a nap anymore, and my energy in the evening was as good as it was in the daytime. So just sustained energy. The second month I tried the X39, I added on the Eon patch. And the Eon patch, all my joint pain gone. I also had degenerative disc disease, and I had a car accident, so I had a lot of neck pain. No more pain. Second month, and then the third month, I was like, okay, I want to tackle this brain fog, because I had really bad word recall. So just I couldn't find words, you know. So third month, I added carnosine, and that was gone. Then I added the SP6, my mood leveled out the next month. And let's see, what else did I, and then I added the glutathione, which I should have added that one earlier, because I have the MTHFR. So I didn't realize, but I'm like, I should have added that one earlier, but that one's been a game changer for me. And
do you wear that one every day? Tell everybody.
I wear it every day.
Okay. All right.
I love that
I wear it every
what
day.
is
your favorite?
Go ahead.
What's that?
What's your favorite patch out of all?
My favorite patch is the Eon patch. I love it because, like I said, I don't have any kind of pain or anything, and also it just calms me. So I'm a person who's like more on the anxious side, and so it just levels me out, calms me down. So yeah, I love the Eon patch. The X39 is amazing too, but yeah.
You wear that one during the day?
I wear it during the day.
Oh, okay, awesome.
I wear it during the day. Yep. Because I feel like if I wear it during the day, it helps me level out better during the day. And I don't tend to have issues with sleep. So if I had issues, I have used it at night, but only if I have. But I feel like it's a versatile patch too. Like if my stomach's upset, I'll put it on my stomach. It calms my stomach down. You know, if I have a headache, I'll put it on the back of my neck and I don't have a headache. You know, it's like, it's such a versatile patch. When I tore my rotator cuff, I tore it in 2 places. I put my patches right there. Y'all, I healed my rotator cuff in 6 months with no surgery. And I pulled it 2 places, had MRIs, all that stuff, and healed it. You know, so it's just such a versatile patch. I love that patch.
Agreed. Yeah, Judy used to have shoulder issues and then used to have knee issues, and she's got a whole protocol for the things that she uses. Every one of you people on this call tonight have amazing testimonies and stories. So Wendy, what would your message be to everyone trying to overcome a health challenge, any kind of health challenge? It doesn't have to be as serious as what you went through, but what one bit of advice would you try to give someone to help them?
I think probably the biggest thing that I've gotten out of it, and what I normally will tell other people, is don't think about what you can't have. Think about what you're going to gain. Because I have gained so much in this journey. My life, I'm gonna get teary-eyed here. My life, where it was 10 years ago versus where it is now, I could not have dreamed that it would have been this way. And it was because of all the changes that I had to make. But along the way, what made it easy for me to stick with it is what I was going to get from it. More time with my children, more time with my grandchildren, to be able to have the energy to play with them, to be able to now take my life and be able to help other people. There's just so much that I have gained, and it's not worth any of the stuff that I gave away. I went to visit my best friend, and got to go see some of my best friends for my birthday in October. And I went up there, and I'm just like, I don't know how much time I got. I was in foster homes when I was a kid, okay? And so I went back, and I was standing in front of the foster home that I was at, and I literally was like, I would never have dreamt that my life would have been what it is right now.
Yep.
I feel better than I did in my 30s. I have, my body's not keeping me from doing anything, so, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for you, Debbie. You've been everything. You've been everything. I'm so grateful for you.
Wendy, your story, thank you. It is inspiring so many people to get out and do what I try to teach all of my grandchildren, and I rub it in with John, is to get, our purpose is to get out, serve and bless as many people as you can in as many cities as you can, as big as you can, for as long as you can. And every one of y'all here on the screen, we're all going to be 150 to, I'll push it a little bit, to 200 years of age, still looking good, still blessing other people by telling them, slap a patch on, get off the sugar crap. Okay, get off the sugar and be healed and get out there and serve others, right, Wendy? Oh,
nothing better. There's nothing better.
I agree. And Kristy, do you want to open the floor? Do we have a few minutes for questions for Wendy?
Yes, we do have a few minutes. Wow, thank you so much, Wendy, for your story. And you guys, too, Dr. B and I talk about this all the time. It's just like, even getting out there and sharing your story, sharing your testimonials, sharing the things that we think have wounded us. It's sharing those things that helps to deliver somebody next to us, somebody across the world, and that helps to free somebody else and to help somebody else walk boldly and courageously into, that journey. And so, give the gift back. When you get through your healing, when you receive the blessing, go give it back. And sometimes it's just opening your mouth and being vulnerable, right? It's that stuff that you don't want to share that is going to help somebody set somebody else free. And so Wendy, I just love that she made a short-term sacrifice for a long-term blessing, and so it's those things that you have to think about. Short-term sacrifice for a long-term reward. It's those things, the choices we make every single day matter for our future, matter 10 years later. So it's just so encouraging, you guys.
Yes.
Any questions that we have?
Y'all don't be quiet. I know y'all have questions for
Oh,
her.
y'all are Wendy's hype ladies tonight. I
That's
love
right.
the comments. Hi,
Y'all are so
John.
sweet.
So
I love y'all.
awesome.
Thank y'all so much.
Yes, Susan says, so awesome. You're so beautiful inside and out, Wendy. Judy says, love you, Wendy. Karen says, you look amazing. Sharon says, you are so precious, Wendy. So young looking. Susan, Dr. Debbie, you are the best. We are so grateful for you. Yes, we are. Vanessa, so beautiful, Wendy. Wow. Amazing, amazing story. So without further ado, any questions before we close tonight out?
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you all for
Thank you.
coming and supporting Wendy too. And for all of y'all coming to California, we can't wait to see you guys, to celebrate with all of y'all. Susan, are you coming? You're at a wedding. Okay, I forgot. There's convention tickets for sale, y'all. It's not too late.
Let's go.
Yes.
I'm just going to come to Texas, Debbie. I'm going to make my trip to Texas to see all of you because
Oh, that's even
I'm
better.
not going to be able to make it to next year. So I'll see you at some point.
That sounds good to me.
I'll fire up the grill for you.
I love it. Miss you guys so much. And y'all are amazing. And I just want to add one thing, Kristy, with all you guys talking about and Debbie saying getting out there and share the word and just share it with people, because I do think we get caught wondering, should we say something? And I'm like, my message is just have courage over comfort. Leave that at the door. Don't fear what people are thinking if you're coming to share this, because we all know on here it's a blessing. So I'm just looking at all three of you up there. I mean, Kristy, Debbie, and Wendy. I mean, y'all have been a blessing to so many. So, and there's so many people praying for this. So just don't forget that.
Oh,
Amen.
love you,
Very well said.
Susan. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that. Yes, and if you have a testimonial that you want to share, you feel in your heart, please reach out to one of us. We'd love to have you as our guest for one of our shows to help encourage somebody else fighting that same battle. So please, please, please let us know.
Thank you, Kristy.
Yes, Trisha, thanks, Wendy. Beautiful testimonial. Mary, real quick, we're gonna shut this down, but she wants to know, where did you wear the patches? Did you stick to where they're recommended? Wendy,
What's that?
where did you wear the patches? Mary Jane wants to know.
Okay, yeah, I put the X39 Eon like on the back of my neck and under my belly button. I just switch them back and forth. Like I said, the Eon I'll put in other places. So if I have pain somewhere, I'll put it there. My tummy's upset, I'll put it there. And then with the glutathione, I put it on the inside of my ankle, or underneath my knee on the outside on the right side, because I wear my SP6 opposite of it. That's that little weight loss protocol. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Yes, the weight loss, the SP6 point.
I think we've all done that one. Yeah.
And then let's see. So that's I'll wear the carnosine on my sternum. I don't wear that one every day. That one I wear every other day. Occasionally I'll wear energy enhancers. I have them on today. But only occasionally. And then X49. X49 I wear also. I'm patched up, y'all.
Me too.
Me too.
I'm patched up. Hey,
Tell ya,
I'm like, you know
not
what?
today.
I love feeling good. And I'm like, how good
Yep.
can I feel? So 3 years of patching and I just keep on patching. I'm like, I
know.
love it.
Yeah.
Wow, yes. I love that. We should do a show on that. Where's your favorite patching placements for all the patches? And it really is. I think there is something to where you put the patches, and everybody's body's so different. So it's kind of like a treasure hunt, figure out patch where the problem is, right? But then, play around with those meridian points, those energy, systems and stuff like that too. The book series real quick was Crunchy Cancer, correct, Dr. Debbie?
Say that again.
The book series, Vanessa is asking, mention
Chris, I'll send you the picture with the information. It's very good. You'll love it.
It's really, really good.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, we love you all. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Thank you, Wendy, for sharing your story. I know it's going to bless so many people.
Thanks for having me. Good to see everybody.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.